When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Is there aught we hold in common with the greedy parasite who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. We stand outcast and starve amidst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. All the world that's owned by idle drones is ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundation, built it skyward stone by stone. It is ours not to slave in, but to master and to own, while the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever.
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell, of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
I was just a little thing, I used to love parades with banners, bands, red balloons, and maybe lemonade. When I came home one May, my neighbor's father said, "Them Marxists all commies, tell me, kid, are you a red?" Well, I didn't know just what he meant. My hair back then was brown. Our house was plain red brick like most others in the town. So I went and asked my mama why our neighbor called me red. My mommy took me on her knee and this is what she said. "Well, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red." When I was growing up, had my troubles, I suppose, when someone took exception to my face or to my clothes, or tried to cheat me on a job or hit me on the head. When I organized to fight back, why the stinkers called me red. But you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. When I was living on my own, one apartment that I had a lousy, rotten landlord, let me tell you, he was bad. But when he tried to throw me out, I rubbed my hands and said, "You haven't seen a struggle if you haven't fought a red. And you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red." Well, I kept on agitating now, 'cause what else can you do? You're gonna let the sons of bitches walk all over you. My friend said you'll get fired hanging with that commie mob. I should be so lucky, buddy, I ain't got a job. Well, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. While I've been agitating now for 50 years or more, for jobs, for equality, and always against war. And I'll keep on agitating as far as I can see. And if that's what being red is, then that's good enough for me. 'Cause you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. And you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red.
All lands will take flame with the fire.
creatures come out every night, try to tell you what's wrong and what's right. But when asked about something to eat, they will answer with voices so sweet. You will eat by and by, in that glorious land above the sky. Work and pray, live on it. You'll get high in the sky when you die.
And the Starvation Army, they pray, and they sing, and they dance, and they play, till they get all your coins on the drum. Then they'll tell you when you're on the bum.
You will eat by and by, in that glorious land above the sky. Work and pray, live on faith. You'll get high in the sky when you die. That's a lie.
If you work hard throughout your whole life, fight the bosses, both husband and wife, you're a sinner, a bad one, they tell. When you die, you will sure go to hell. And you'll leave by and by,
In that glorious land above the sky. Work and pray,
live on faith.
you'll get high in the sky when you die.
Working people of all countries unite. Side by side we for socialism will fight. When the world and its wealth we have gained, to the bosses will sing this refrain.
You will eat by and by, when you've learned how to cook and how to fry. Chop some wood, it'll do you good,
And you'll eat in that sweet by and by.
yes, they'll eat by and by, when they've learned how to cook and how to fry. Chop some wood, it'll do them good,
And they'll eat
in that sweet by and by. That's no lie.
And just because he's human, a man would like a little bite to eat. He wants no bull and a lot of talk that gives no bread and meat.
So left 2, 3, so left 2, 3, to the work that we must do. March on in the Workers' United Front, for you are a worker too. And just because he's human, he doesn't like a pistol to his head. He wants no servant under him and no boss overhead. So left 2, 3, so left 2, 3, to the work that we must do. March on in the Workers' United Front, for you are a worker too. And just because he's a worker, his job job is all his own. The liberation of the working class is the job for the worker alone. So left 2, 3, so left 2, 3, to the work that we must do. March on in the workers' united front, for you are a worker too. For you are a worker too.
Stand up, all victims of oppression, for the tyrants fear your might. Don't cling so hard to your possessions, for you have nothing if you have no rights. Let racist ignorance be ended, for respect makes the empires fall. Freedom is merely privilege extended, unless enjoyed by one and all. So come brothers and sisters, for the struggle carries on. The Internationale unites the world in song. So comrades, come rally, for this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race. Let no one build walls to divide us, walls of hatred nor walls of stone. Come greet the dawn and stand beside us. We'll live together or we'll die alone. In our world poisoned by exploitation, those who have taken they must give, and then the
The stars above in heaven now are looking kindly down. The stars above in heaven now are looking kindly down. The stars above in heaven now are looking kindly down on the grave of old John Brown. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His soul goes marching on.
vanity of nations, we put one earth on which to live. Some the brothers and sisters, for the struggle carries on. The Internationale unites the world in song. So comrades, come rally, for this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race. And so begins the final drama in the streets and in the fields. We stand unbound before their armor. We defy their guns and shields. When we fight, provoked by their aggression, let us be inspired by life and love. Although they offer us concessions, change will not come from above. Some come
на посту. Повзводно и породно, бессмертный, как огонь, спокойный, как гранит. Мы армия страны, мы армия народа, великий подвиг наш история хранит. Не зря в судьбе олеет знамя, не зря на нас надеется страна.